So what started as string lights for my paver patio turned into these planters. Let me show you how I messed this up. So I started off by making posts I was going to cast in plastic buckets. So I got the idea off social media where you use these planters as posts for your string lights to mount to. Couldn't find a good oversized planter, so I went with these buckets. Once the concrete was mixed, I made sure everything was nice and straight before I left it to cure. I got the idea of social media, but one thing I forgot to consider was they were building something ultra basic. This thing wouldn't withstand the summer breeze, let alone the weight of a string light. At this point, my day is ruined and my disappointment is immeasurable. Time to start a new project, which means more wood. Let's make some raised planters. There's nothing much to these raised planter beds. All you gotta do is get some consistent measurements, create supports, make places to mount, and screw everything together. Now I'd like to take a second to thank today's sponsor, Nobody. That's why I'm eating Elios. It's delicious. Using some scrap wood, I made a template for consistency. Pre-cutting and pre-drilling all the holes prior to assembly made this process very quick. I put screws on both sides for extra support. Now with all the walls created, I put that aside and started prepping the land. I figured I'd take these rejected posts and do something with them. I put in the ground a few inches. That should give it enough stability for the plant vines to grow up if needed. I haven't been able to keep plants alive for a month, let alone grow any type of crops. There are plenty of resources online on how to do this. I'd recommend checking that out before you commit to such a large project. When putting it in the ground, I made sure it was level on all four sides. These planters are going to be self-watering, so I lined them with food-grade tarp. I prepared the planters for the plastic tarp by laying down some soil and some cardboard. Taking your time during these prep steps are pretty important, because the last thing you want to do is for that tarp to spring a leak. Then I added corrugated tubing, which would allow oxygen to get into the water supply, preventing bacterial growth. With no water leaks, it's time to add the peat moss and some soil. In the event that the reservoir would get flooded, I added this overflow tube. At this point I was going to add some trim, but I decided to stop where I was at and see if I could grow anything. After adding some baby plants and giving it some time, in a few weeks this was our results. Definitely something that I would recommend for you to do. Just make sure you grow things that you want to eat. Turns out, I hate vegetables. I'm the Level 1 Builder. I'll see you around.